Everyone has a dream that they think is impossible. As kids, we all want to be astronauts, ballerinas, and even rock stars. But as we grow up, we're not met with the same enthusiasm as we share our dreams. We get used to hearing things like, "Are you crazy? That's impossible." Well, you see, the thing is, all dreams seem impossible and out of reach until we take the steps to help them come alive.
Let me ask you this. How often do you do things differently? How often do you take a different route to work, the grocery store, or what about walking your pet? See, the average person engages in 40% of the same behaviors daily. Our brains are hardwired to prefer the familiar habits. This way, in a world full of uncertainty, our brains protect us by engaging in the same behaviors that we know will keep us out of danger.
Oftentimes, though, this means that we end up aimlessly doing the same tasks and the same routines. This is because our routines make us feel safe. But eventually, this may manifest into fear of the unknown. You may even begin to fear new situations and even look to negative coping mechanisms. But by changing the way that we do things every day, we create new ways of thinking. So, what if we told you that through just a simple shift in perspective, you too could bring in an abundance of opportunities you didn't think possible? And it all begins by changing the way that we think.
To break it down, you have two minds, the conscious and the subconscious. The subconscious mind is home to our morals and beliefs. Our beliefs are assumptions about what our reality is or could be. The conscious mind, then, is what interacts with our daily routines. The subconscious processes all of this information and decides which values to store.
Your reality is based on subconscious references. You simply can't experience something for which your subconscious has no memory of. So, if you've never been swimming in the ocean, you might think it to be an exhilarating experience, or maybe a really terrifying one. If you've decided to believe that swimming in the ocean would be a terrifying experience for you, then your subconscious has internalized this as a belief and created survival mechanisms to avoid feeling the experience.
Now think of this in terms of your life. Take a look at your habits and the way you move through life. Are you aware of the reality that you're creating? By bringing awareness to the reality that we create is the first step to create change. We all have the power to do this. Through conscious thoughts and intentional actions, you can begin to reprogram your life with a new set of beliefs. Beliefs that are aligned with the person that you want to become.
Everyone here has trained their subconscious mind before. If you can walk, drive, or even ride a bike, you can think your subconscious mind. Reprogramming your subconscious to fit your desired reality means stepping out of your limiting beliefs. So, if you've constantly told yourself thoughts like, "I'm only happy when I have money," then your subconscious has internalized these beliefs, and we act on them without thinking. So most of the time, when we feel things aren't going well for us in our lives, it's because of these beliefs that we've created.
Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. It doesn't decipher between good or bad, right or wrong. Think of it like this. Your subconscious is the vehicle of your life. Either you're cruising on autopilot or you're the driver in full control. In every moment of your life, your subconscious refers to your past experiences.
Once you take control of the vehicle, you can change the destination. This new destination will lead you to your desired reality, and your subconscious will be prompted to ensure that your experiences, feelings, and even decisions are aligned with this new reality. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate."
It all begins in the way that we choose to feel daily. For instance, has anyone here ever spilled that warm cup of coffee first thing in the morning and thought to themselves, "Well, of course this would happen to me"? See, at this moment, you've done two things. One, you've told your subconscious that bad experiences are normal for you. Two, you've told your subconscious today will not be a good day. And then as you continue along your day, a series of misfortunate events unfolds, and you wish you weren't so unlucky.
What if, at that moment, you instead decided to shift your perspective? Maybe that cup of coffee spilled because you were meant to have an even better, an even warmer cup of coffee. By changing your thinking, you've now told your subconscious that you deserve good things to happen to you and that you do deserve to be happy. Shifting your perspective from the universe is working against me into the universe is working for me allows us to attract more positivity into our lives. This is how the subconscious and conscious mind work together to create our realities. You attract experiences and opportunities aligned with your beliefs.
In order to create any change in your life, you have to become aware of those unwanted behaviors. Whenever negative thoughts arise, stop yourself in that moment and ask, why am I feeling this way? What triggered those thoughts? See, usually it's something as small as scrolling through your phone and seeing someone half your age living your dream of traveling the world. If your dream is to travel, what efforts have you done to make it come true? Have you ever left your hometown? Maybe you feel defeated because deep down you don't believe that you deserve to pursue your dreams. By becoming aware of the root of those sensations is how you can change those unwanted behaviors.
Two people can have the same experiences, but their level of awareness creates different realities. So if two people experience the same traumatic event, one may choose to internalize it deeply, while the other may choose to learn from it. The difference between these two people is that one has chosen to see this event as unattached to their desired reality. At the same time, this other person has chosen to internalize this trauma deeply and build a life around it. We create our lives based on what we give meaning to.
Building a startup wasn't something we thought was possible for two first-generation women like us, but simply being open to the possibility has completely changed our lives. As sophomores in college, we wanted nothing more than to find a way to make a difference in the world. And that was how we found the disparity in the fashion industry.
Greenwashing in the fashion world has misled consumers like you into believing that companies are being sustainable, when in reality, we kind of all know this is not the case. We found that dead stock fabric is unused material left over by these companies to otherwise be incinerated or dumped in a landfill. Instead, we devised a plan to create a sustainable fashion brand that would design clothing entirely out of this dead stock fabric.
We had brought to life an idea that we believed could change the world. Without a clue about how to start, an opportunity to compete for an entrepreneurship grant at Wesleyan came to us. And this was the first time that we felt fear. Our thoughts were, is our idea even good enough?
Doubts about our ability and worth came rushing in. When we sought the advice of our loved ones, they couldn't understand our vision because of their own limiting beliefs. They questioned our drive and our purpose because honestly, they had never experienced something like this for themselves. But we knew that our aspirations went beyond us and that despite their hesitations, we were capable of more. We refused to allow their story to become ours. And that was when we decided to take control of our reality.
If we had allowed our limiting beliefs to hold us back, we would have been closing ourselves out from the opportunity to do something different. But we knew that coming from a place of lack wouldn't get us the grant. We had to believe that we deserved it, that we were worthy of it. And that's exactly what we did. We replaced our fear with gratitude and began to believe that our idea deserved to win. And to our surprise, we won the grant.
We were shocked. We asked ourselves, did we just get lucky? Well, looking back, we know we didn't just get lucky. We had made this happen. The desire to build generational wealth made us think differently. So we began to act more intentionally.
Instead of going out every weekend, we worked and researched what it took to build a business. We actively sought mentorship and did more than what was asked of us beyond just schoolwork. We engaged in small habits that would allow us to align our actions with our vision. We created a new normal for ourselves so that we could constantly evolve and grow. We created a reality in which we felt deserving of success and abundance.
Just a year later, we competed for a statewide entrepreneurship grant and won another $5,000 in first place for the student category. We had built social media accounts, a website, and an entire manufacturing team, all within just a year. What once seemed like an impossible dream to us was now our reality. It felt truly unreal.
At the beginning of our journey, we feared not knowing enough to start a business. But we didn't allow that to stop us from trying. Entrepreneurship was completely out of our comfort zone, but we wanted nothing more than to create something of our own. This is what we tell ourselves daily, that we deserve to see our creations come to life.
Our entire lives, all we've been taught is that our only path is to go to college and to get a job, while the people around us told us that our dreams of starting a business were impossible. We welcome the challenge. We refuse the possibility of minimizing our dreams just because of fear.
Our shift in belief and ability allowed us to pursue our entrepreneurial ventures with over $10,000 in funding. This is just the beginning of our story, but we hope that you walk away feeling inspired and knowing that belief is the ultimate weapon for success.
Once you do the inner work and see your habits for what they truly are, you too can begin to think and believe differently. And the right opportunities will flow in with great ease. All it takes is a shift in perspective. Take it from us, two college students who had no clue about the future until we created it ourselves. Know that you are the master creator of your life.
Let us leave you with one question. What would you do in a year if you knew that anything was possible? Thank you.